Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and today is an episode of Thrifty Canucks, where I showcase different things that I've purchased on my thrifty adventures, whether it be from flea markets or thrift shops or garage sales, all those kinds of things. So yes, here I am. I'm doing this video today, and at the very end I'm going to have a little bit of a chit chat because I have been missing in action, so I will talk about that a little bit later at the end of the video. So all of the items that I'm going to be showing you today are things that I've picked up over the last few weeks, well, maybe a little bit longer, at the thrift shops, or not thrift shops, at the flea market. It's Rhoda's Market in St. John, New Brunswick. And so I've just been buying things and gathering and piling them up. And so I've figured I have enough just to show you those things that I've purchased. Never mind the other bags that I still have sitting waiting to show you. So I'm going to start off with the books. Now this book is, what is it? Quentin Durward. It is from, I think it's 1905. This is a reprint in 1928, but it was originally printed in 1905. There's one picture here. That's it. And it is I think it's a play, because there's lots of notations here on the side. It's pretty intense, lots of very fine print, and the writing is, I'd have to sit there and really concentrate in order to be able to understand everything, what they're trying to say. Not something I would read, but I love the small font. I love the small size of the page. So this will definitely be used for making masterboards and collage. And of course, I love the little size of this to eventually use for making a journal. There's some staining, but I think most of that I could probably wash off. I think the original print, you can't see it anymore. It must have been just laid on top, and then it's eventually worn down. But there is some embossing in here, which is kind of cool. So I think I may, when I get to the stage where I want to use this book as a cover, I think I may do a dry brush of gold over top, a dry brush and wipe, just so that you can see more of this embossing, and maybe we'll be able to pick up the writing, but it's very, very faint. But just a plain journal to use that can be decorated for making a plain book, I should say, to make a new journal. So love that. I'm getting the books out of the way because they're the biggest thing here. My friend Nancy at the market, sometimes she gifts me things, and she had these two hymn books, and it's a nice size paper, so all I'm going to do is cut these into individual sheets and use them to go through my printer. I love music sheets when you can put it through the printer, and then you have the design on top and you see the music in the background. So fun books. Thank you, Nancy, for these two. I should also say I paid $1 for that hardcover book, and these were a gift from Nancy. So thank you, Nancy. The book came from my buddy John at the market. He sometimes watches my videos to see what I like. Can you believe that? So if you're watching, John, look I'm showing your stuff. I got these from John too, and they were I think they were $1 each, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, I think they were $1 each, and they are the watercolor books. And he had a stack of them, but I only picked 4 because I was really choosy of the designs that I wanted. But these are kind of fun because you get the black and white prints, but you get all these beautiful colored images that can be used, to make a nice folded signature page. Because this would easily, you could fold it into like a tri-fold where you might either have a pocket on the other side or just a flap that comes open. So fun images. Some of them are partially painted, like this is the whole design, but over here there's a couple that would be perfect for doing postcards. So lovely imagery here, lovely colors. Look at these postcards. Now this would be a hard choice to make because you're getting 4 postcards on a page that are black and white, and then cutting up the picture as well. So, tough decision to make, but who knows? Here again, they're showing you the different stages of painting, but the images are all beautiful to use, and then you, of course, get the finished one. This is Taxco Street scene in Mexico. So just beautiful imagery, lots of options and choices, and great colors. So there's that one. Color with palette knife and brush. Look at these. So it's very thick. There's a name for this style of painting. I don't know what it's called off the... I think it starts with an E. Somebody who paints can leave me a comment. I know it. The word isn't coming to me. Where you have this very thick paint lines. But just fun images. Like even these palette pictures are good to use as a strip. This could be a great belly band or a folded card. It's a nice size, so it could be a folded card. So fun stuff. And then and these were $1 each. I think they were $1 each. I don't think they were $2 each. Now this one's got these images in color back here, which is fun. These would make great little stamps that you can add into your journals. Look at these images. The flowers are just stunning. So for $1 each, I think I fared pretty good. I do have a pile of these somewhere, and you know, sometimes we forget what we have, or at least I do. And I have to be, you know, reminded. I love these with the lips and the eyes. We have to be reminded of these things so that we can use them in our journals. I haven't been doing a lot of stuff lately. I'm still working on those 16 journals, in case you were wondering. Here again, another... great imagery in here. Look at the colors in here. This would make a really nice... when I do my signatures, I always like to have like one heavier page on the outside of each signature, so it kind of takes the brunt of handling, so that the lighter pages are spared a little bit. And so this has got a nice weight to it, and then of course the gloss finish. So it makes it a much sturdier page to use on the outside. Oh, I love this. This would be great for a woodlands. Just gorgeous. So there's those. And then there's another fellow, and you know, I'm starting to learn their names now. So this comes from Paul, and he has all kinds of ephemera, beautiful ephemera, like postcards and greeting cards and lovely, lovely things. But they are meant for the collector, and there are some times where, as much as I would like to have, you know, them to use for my journals, you know, they're $3, $4, $5 each, and when you start putting that kind of stuff into a journal, it gets very, very expensive. And I don't like to cut those things up. I do buy them and scan them, but I have a pretty good collection of postcards of my own, so I really don't need to get more postcards. But it's so tempting. He's got newspapers and clippings and all kinds of stuff, and he used to have a shop, but he's closed his shop, so he's slowly you know, selling off some of his stuff. So his books, most of them, not all of them, most of his books are $2 each or 3 for $5. Well, I can easily handle that, especially when I'm going to cut them up, of course. So this book is called Leonardo da Vinci, and just look at the inside end pages here. Just beautiful, just like that, right? It's not an old book, 1959. What's getting on there? But just beautiful images. Some are black and white. Mona Lisa, we all know the Mona Lisa, and there are a few colored ones in here too. There's Leonardo himself, and there's some plates, like prints that they have in here as well. But just beautiful. Like, look at her, isn't she gorgeous? The lips again. Just beautiful pictures. So to get these all 3 for $5, here's another one of these prints that I can just take out the whole image to use. I have a few books like this, but they're all larger prints. So this is a really nice size, or plates is what I'm trying to get at here. Here's another one. Oh, I will love using that. Definitely. So this just gives you an idea of some of the imagery in here. You know, there's the odd one I won't use. Oh, that's beautiful too. But yeah, lots of fun imagery to cut out of here. The paper is a nice weight. It's you know, it's a matte finish, so it will absorb if I want to paint or ink on it. So nice paper to work with as well. That's a scary looking fella. So there's that one, and then this was my favorite, and really I bought this for the cover. It's an embossed cover. Look at the detail on here. I hope you can see it through the lens. And it's called Book Trails to Enchanted Lands. It'd be hard to cut this one up. It might sit on the shelf for a while until I get the courage. Sometimes I don't always get the courage to do it. There's some fairies here right at the beginning. Sometimes they sit on the shelf, and I have a brand new grandnephew. He's a year old now, so this may go to him. Copyright 1928 and a reprint in 1946. So I'm guessing that's what this is. And then it's a children's storybook of different stories. Although I think some of them might have been a little bit scary at the time. And definitely of the time and period. But my nephew is also quite the collector of books, and he's a writer and has published a book already. And so this may go to sit on their shelves because I know he likes unusual things, so I think he would enjoy this one. And this one's, you know, 3 years shy of 100 years old, so that's pretty cool, isn't it? So beautiful pictures in here, beautifully embossed cover. So again, not sure what I'm going to do with this one. It's going to sit on the shelf and I will look at it for a while. There's a beautiful bird embossed on here. Gorgeous. This third one in really rough shape. I like that the cover here, you know, some of it has been exposed because it's torn, but it's got kind of sort of a cheesecloth lining in between the two layers. It's called the Seaside Alphabet. I don't know what the copyright is on this one. Maybe we'll find it. And just lovely images of ocean pictures. Like, love this. And again, children's book. Beautiful imagery in here. Just love that. That one too. They're all beautiful. So a fun book to work with. Designed and printed in Great Britain. So I don't know how old it is, but here again, it's cracking here and it's exposing this fabric lining that's in between the two layers. It's like a very thin cloth, book cloth of some kind. Beautiful. Love it. This last book I paid $2 for, and it is The Treasury of Canadian Glass. Large book that's definitely, let's see, 9 inches, 9 by 11. So probably closer to 8.5 by 11 on the inside. What I bought this for is the inside paper mainly. I will cut this into some type of a book board that I can use to make other journals eventually. We've discovered that my husband can cut these on his circular saw, like chop saw or whatever. And so they've been cutting pretty good. So I think that's what I would save these covers for, to cut them down to a more manageable size. This is a large book. But the inside is what I bought this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it's all different glass from Canada. And I'm sure I've sold almost all of this at one time or another. I used to own an antique shop, so I'm sure I've sold this, probably all of these pieces at one time or another in one of my shops. But just love the imagery here. And so this is something that I would, again, either cut up to use as individual pieces or put through the printer and print over top of it like an overlay. But just lovely imagery. The black and white is perfect to add the color onto and to further collage on here. Just fun imagery. Definitely this is definitely for cutting up. No doubt about it. That's what I bought it for. Paid $2. Love it. So when it comes to the rest of the paper, the next week, Big John is his name, or what I call him. He said, I didn't know you use wallpaper. It's like, oh my God, of course I do. So he had a bunch of wallpaper. I only bought 2 rolls. He wanted $5 a roll. I nickeled him down to 2 for $8. And so this is a whole roll. I don't know how old it is. It's not that old, but it's a beautiful color. This kind of burgundy color with the gold. I'm sure once I open it up, it will be really nice on the inside. And then this one, it's very, very dirty. So I'm going to take this cello off of here. I will be sharing some of this with Jen and Deb and Val and Thelma when they come this spring. Thelma and Val are coming here at the end of April, and Val is staying for a week, but Thelma's going to stay for 3 weeks. Yay! So it's going to be so much fun with those girls. And at the same time, I've convinced Jen and Deborah. They are coming for a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, to create with us. I will definitely do a video of that. And it will be in the other half of the basement. I will set up all the tables for us to work and craft in because we never all fit in here. And then Jen's friend, I don't know if it's Jen and Deb's friend or Jen's friend, Emily, will be joining us on Sunday. So we will be 6 of us girls crafting in the basement. I am so over top excited. And yeah, it'll be a big sleepover weekend for the 6 of us. So it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, they're all going to get some of this wallpaper, and it's a nice design. It's very neutral, this floral one. I think I'll have to take a couple rounds off of it first to see what it really looks like for color and stuff. But I like the lines in here, so you can cut this up in a variety of widths or lengths, and so it'll be a fun wallpaper for us to play with. It's a full roll. There is a lot on here. So it'll be easy to share both of these rolls with the girls. So yeah, that'll be a fun, crazy weekend. As my husband always says, make sure to oil your jaw and strap on the feed bag, because we do a lot of talking and a lot of eating. That's pretty much the whole weekend. I often, I'm always proud of myself when I leave with one thing and I come home from whenever I've been at one of these things and I show my husband, he'll say, "What did you make all weekend?" And I'll say, "I made this." And it'll be one thing I'll show him. And he knows, because I don't stop talking and I enjoy myself more than I actually do any creative things. I just have fun. So I'm sure that'll be no different this weekend. So now the next bag of stuff I'm going to show you is just a mix of things. So I bought this top. I paid $1 for it. And this is that fabric manipulation method where they heat the design right into this fabric. Now, I don't know if you wash it, if it will come out. I don't know. Because I do have to wash it, but I'm scared to. So I think I'll wash a piece of it. I'll cut it in half and wash a piece of it. If it comes out, that's okay too. It's beautiful fabric. It's not variegated. What is the word I'm looking for? Not coming, but you know what I mean, where you have one color and it slowly goes darker, darker, darker. So it's a beautiful fabric. This would be gorgeous for anything seaside, you know, that type of ocean journals, mermaid pieces and stuff. So maybe I'll cut off one sleeve and wash it and see how it turns out before I wash the whole thing. If it flattens, so be it. That's how it's got to be, because it has to be washed. It smells nice. Obviously somebody wore it and then just gave it away. So my guess is, that I mean, it hasn't been washed. So that is going to be something that I will do and test. If it doesn't work out, it's still beautiful. It'll still be beautiful to work with. So, but yeah, that's what this is that manipulated fabric. They do that in Asia, I think. Lots of different places. Bought this scarf also for $1, and it is just kind of a t-shirt material, but I bought it for this. Isn't that an incredible piece? So I will undo these beads off of here and the knots, and then I'm pretty sure this just slides right off. Yes, it does. So this will be a beautiful adornment on a journal cover eventually. And all of this is, because it's t-shirt material, I'm sure if I just take and pull this, it will probably tear. I don't know how well it'll tear right now, but I could even cut it. And it kind of rolls up on itself, so it makes nice cording and things to use for journals as well. And then there's all these lovely beads that I can harvest from here. So all around for $1, well worth it. But this is what I really bought it for, is this beautiful gem here. So fun. Now, it's got a lot of silver. I could, again, dry brush a little bit of gold over top just to give it a little bit more dimension and interest, instead of just leaving it silver. There's also these little holes in here. I hope you can see those okay. I could see adding gemstones into there, and here it's more solid and filled in, but you could rest something on top of there, like a smaller stone. So this is something I would enjoy probably playing with and further enhancing, because the silver to me is a little bit boring, but I do like the whole design as a whole to use on a journal. This might actually be, although this is too much fabric, because this is something you can feed something through, it might be nice to have this on the front of a journal and make this into a tie. So not as thick, because this is full scarf thickness, but something thinner that you can pull through there and use as a tie to tie your journal, and then have this design on it. So that's another possible option with this. Love it. For $1. This was, I think this was $4. Yeah, I'm trying to do it by memory. Because a lot of them, they don't put prices on things. They like to wheel and deal a little bit. I got 8 pieces for $4, and there are 4 black and 4 purple. 4 and 4. So purple I think is going to Jen, and black I know for sure one of these will go to Emily. Emily is a goth girl apparently, so I'm excited to see what she likes to work with. And then Deborah's kind of a little bit of both, so I don't know, she can choose which color she wants, but that's my guess is the colors that they would go with. But they are, I don't know if it's a decoration. I do like to save these bags, so I'm going to take this off. It's like, I just bought them. I said, oh yeah, I can use these on a journal cover or something. So it's very sequin. Oh, it's a necklace. A necklace? Yeah, that's what it is. Well, that's different. So then how would you wear this? Oh, like this. Okay, it's a necklace. but I would just use it as it is and take off the necklace hardware. It looks like it's, yeah, you could easily take this off of here, the hardware, or the parts, and then yeah, that would be free flowing then. Let's just see. Okay, so that would be free flowing. Oh, that's very pretty. Look at, so you could have them draped down, and you know, it would be a nice embellishment on a journal cover again. Beautiful. You could further enhance this. This has just got sequins, but you could add in some beads if you wanted. There's a bead trim around here, so you could add more beads onto the piece itself. I wish there would have been other colors, but these colors are equally nice. So Jen and Deb and Val and Thelma, you guys can pick your color when you're here. And Emily as well. But I think Emily likes anything black. I think it'd be very interesting to play with. So I got those. So I thought that, you know, they're 50 cents each, but it's a really nice embellishment for 50 cents, and they can wear them too. We will see. Okay, what is this? Oh, this was a fun one. I had to do a little bit of haggling for this. So this fellow had this great big shoe box. It was like a large, like a boot box, full of metal junk. Like it was all kinds of things. He had hinges, like from cupboards. He had handles and drawer pulls and kind of a carpenter's toy box or play box, you know. Somebody like that would love scratching through the whole thing, but I didn't want to buy the whole box, and I think it was $20 for the whole box. And so I said, no, I don't. And he kept saying, well, yeah, you get lots of good stuff in here. I said, but I only want this. This is all I want. So I said, how about I pull them out and see how many are in here, and then decide from there. And so he said, okay, whatever. And so I scratched and scratched until I got to the bottom, and I think there's 18 in total, and they are handles. Now they're very dirty, so I have to wash these. I think there's 18 altogether, but they conveniently have these holes in them. So I'm going to just take a wet wipe here and see how clean I can get them. Oh yeah, they're coming pretty clean. They are black. So once they're washed, I'll take them upstairs and wash them really well. Then it's like a hammered metal. You may have seen these. I've seen these before, I think, somewhere, or this style. And it looks like the paint is coming off a little bit on them. But you could paint these up any color you want. Just take your acrylic paints and give it a paint. And I just thought they would make fun kind of handles for a journal, to open a journal cover, to open up a book cover. Let's just see here. Well, this is not the best one because it's large, but if you can imagine that sitting on a journal and then you use that to open up the book, wouldn't that be fun? Or you know, you can have it on the front, like you know, at the top or at the bottom, and you can have things dangling from it. You could also have it on the side as a decorative piece on the side. Actually, this would make such a cute little handle if you want to make a book purse. Have you guys seen those before? This would be great for a book purse, or if you have a box that you need a handle for. So yeah, I got the 18 of them, and they can be dry brushed and painted in different colors. And I'm pretty sure with a little bit of work with the vise, I can probably spread them open or flatten them down a little bit more yet so that they're not quite so protruding. But I just thought that was a really good buy. But oh, are they ever dirty? Oh well, it won't be the first thing I've ever washed. Won't be the last. But I saw the potential, got him for $5, and he was happy to get the $5, and he said then he was going to knock down the price to $17, so he was going to make a couple extra dollars. And I know I went around a couple of times later, and about an hour later, I looked over and the box was gone. So he must have made a deal and you know, maybe he haggled and got it for 15 and sold the rest. But it was a fun box, just not stuff that I would have personally wanted. That's my story. Now, this next one, it was fun. And this girl, Angie, was there sort of at the same time. And she was a little upset with me that I got it first, but I told her she would have everything that's left over. Angie is, if you remember, I used to have a little booth in the Derrytown Market in Sussex. I used to have a little antique booth there. And so I met Angie, and Angie was at the market buying stuff herself. Now I have to bring the whole thing up here. Oh, this is the rest of it. So when I said to the lady, how much is all of this? She said $5, and I said sold. And then Angie was standing beside me buying a teacup from the same woman. She said, oh, I can't believe it. I would have bought that in a second. I said, well, don't worry. You're going to get the rest of whatever I don't want. But there's not going to be a lot left for her. But there will be some stuff for her. So $5, it's all kind of sewing craft related. I got 2 of these embroidery hoops, and it's kind of nice. I don't have one in this size, surprisingly. I have bigger ones, but I don't have one in this size. So this will be something that I will definitely use in my studio here. A whole roll of this pink crochet cotton, and cotton is great to use for binding your journals as well as for making tassels. If you look in my tassels, I did show you with some red cord how to make some crochet cotton tassels. And then there was this pink box. I don't need the box for anything really, but it's like a little fishing tackle box, like a little girl's pink fishing tackle box, full of pins, some bobbins that are half full, some really cute cat buttons that I know Jen is going to be saying, oh, I like those. So she might have to share those with Deb. Some larger needles, which are great for darning, but I would use them for bookbinding. The pins I would always use. Look at the old diaper pin. Isn't that hilarious? I have a few of these. There are some different sewing pieces in here that I will have to further look into. And this looks like it broke off of something here. I'm not sure. Lots of metal thimbles. I was quite surprised. A buckle. Some different hardware for clothing. And some Velcro. And there are a handful of buttons and some sewing needles. Now, I'm going to talk about this a lot. These are denim needles, so it's a number 16. But most of these needles are universal for our machines. And if you go to buy one of these at the store, they're up there in $4 to $5, maybe even up as high as $10 a package, depending on the size of needles. And I always find these in thrift shops, and I anytime I see them in a package, I definitely buy the package of these, because we're sewing with our sewing machines using paper and thicker fabrics and all kinds of, I don't know. I abuse my sewing machines, but my machines let me. I have 2 die-hard Kenmores. But any of these needles are pretty much universal for almost all sewing machines. So pick them up, because this way you don't have to feel guilty about, putting your paper project through it and it's got gummed up washi tape or stickers on there, and that will gum up your needles and eventually break them. So this is always great to have extra ones on hand for that purpose. And so yeah, I just have mountains of needles, but I don't feel bad if I break one. If I think of anything, it means I have to go and dig out another one to change it. But otherwise, I have so many needles that I'm good to go for sewing paper. So that was fun. Now this is all part of the same thing. So then there was this shoebox. I'm into shoeboxes today. And look what was in here. So there's 2 pairs of scissors. Now I will have to check them over. No, this one's made in China. This is a Singer. I don't know what these are, but you know, they probably just need a good sharpening and they will be good to go. Nothing like metal scissors, like the old-fashioned scissors. This is a needle threader. Now I'm going to have to explore that one. I don't know what that's about, but a little magnifying glass. I should have this handy in my studio here. Sometimes I need lots of needles, lots of Velcro, hook and eyes, a cute little husky patch. I think it even says husky on it. An apple patch. This beautiful trim, a hand crocheted trim. It came off of something because it's closed at one end, but can easily be taken apart. A couple of needle holders, another apple. A mixed assortment of butterflies, of buttons. All kinds of sewing thread, some not even opened. A measuring tape. Now, measuring tapes, in this case, there's, what, 3 of them down here. Yeah, there's a green one and 2 white ones. I love cutting off pieces of measuring tape because these are plastic. And so I cut off pieces of this and glue it or stitch it right into my page. Or, you know, this could be on the edge of a page, and it just adds more fun and interest. And yeah, again, when you pick up these sewing kits, there's never a shortage of measuring tapes. So I use them in my art. Lots of little doodads and stuff. So I have to explore this, more safety pins. So I have to explore this a little bit further, but lots of fun things. Then there's a little sewing kit, more needles. A pin cushion that I don't think I will keep. I think that'll definitely go to Angie. But again, there's some sewing machine needles in here, so I will pull those off. I think there's more sewing machine needles in here as well. I opened this once. It's a little Coca-Cola tin made in Hong Kong. Yeah, they don't even say Hong Kong anymore, do they? And it's got a paper measuring tape. I love those for journals and stuff, but it's a little sewing kit as well. And I don't remember what was in here because I did look at everything, but I don't remember what was in here. Oh, pins. And I always use pins, and these yellow ones are the good dressmaker pins. They're longer, they actually pin, and they actually go through. And that's another thing, when you get a hold of those grandma type kits. Here's another diaper pin and more thread. When you get a hold of these grandma kits, is what I call them, you know that the pins are good and you know that the safety pins are good. If you've ever bought safety pins at the dollar store and you try to pin through 2 or 3 layers of fabric, it just makes you want to swear. But these are real steel pins, and so when you go to pin something, they pin things together. And there is a difference, you know, from pins from the 1950s and 60s to safety pins that are nowadays. And sometimes safety pins are so thin that you can bend them as you're putting them into the fabric, so it's just very annoying. But these are all good quality steel pins. So, and same with the dressmaker sewing pins. A big difference compared to what you get today. So yeah, not bad for $5, right? So I will have to sort through this, and yes, Angie, you will get some of this because Angie watches my channel too. She's probably wondering when I was going to show this because she didn't even get to see what was in it. So yeah, so for $5, I think I did pretty good. I will pass on a bunch of stuff to Angie, all the same, because and Angie, you know, she has antiques and stuff in her booth, and she does sell little sewing kits. So I will send a bunch of stuff to her to pass it on. So this next one, I don't know what to do with this. It is beautiful. It is a lantern. Paid $2 for it. It's not old. It's a paper lantern, and I'm torn between making 2 book covers, because if you fold it, it would make a beautiful book cover, or keeping it as a lantern. So I will have to sit on this one as well, because I love it. I absolutely love, love, love the colors. I think I would really struggle to give away a journal or sell a journal with this, because this is my colors, my kind of patterns, my kind of design. So I'm not sure. It may just get hung up as a lantern for a little while, in somewhere, maybe here in my studio, and then I will make a decision as I go along. And then one day I'll just pluck it down and it'll be gone, just like that. But yeah, I paid $2 for it, so I thought it was a pretty good deal. And then this was on the free table from John. So yeah, everybody needs an octopus and everybody needs a lobster, right? I don't know why, but they just grabbed me. So I thought, I'll take them for now. There's some kind of a thread stuck on here. I'll take them for now. Maybe they'll go on the front of a journal. If I do an ocean type journal, they could be stitched on. I'm not sure, but I liked them, so I picked them up. They were free. And then on Nancy gave this to me because she said, well, it's missing a stone, and I'm pretty sure I have something in this color that could go here to finish it off. But isn't that a striking brooch? She said, well, yeah, but it's missing a stone. I can't sell it. So I said, okay, I'll gladly take it from you. You could stick something completely different in there. It really wouldn't matter. If you're using it on your journals, it's perfect. There's nothing, nothing wrong with a missing stone. And I mean, of course you want to put something there, but it doesn't even have to match. It could be something else. It's just so pretty. So this would be really lovely, pinned into the front of a journal cover. Very nice. Love it. Thank you, Nancy. These next 2 necklaces I bought, and they were $1 each. There are a lot of people at the market who sell jewelry, and most of the time you can get jewelry for $1, or sometimes even 2 for $1. This is mostly made up of small seed beads with a few bigger blobby beads on there as well. Would I take it apart and harvest the beads? Possibly. This is the closure here, I think. Yeah. And so it could be easily wrapped around a journal cover to make an embellishment that just hangs on a journal. You don't even have to take it apart. But, if I get to that point where I do need seed beads, this is a great source of colors to use in a journal, or to use in my slow stitching, but I have a lot. So I think this will stay just as one piece for now. It was very convenient that, I bought this in one table, and I got this from Nancy at another table, so I just saw the connection there. And so it would be beautiful to use together on a journal cover. And just like that, wouldn't that make a pretty statement on the front of a journal, and then somehow wrapped around and tied? Good possibility. I think I will put these together in one container to remind myself to consider that. The other one was this purple. Geez, I'm struggling with words today. It's a little bit nasty. They're just plastic acrylic beads, but I love the color. And if you harvest it like this and put it onto a head pin or an eye pin, and then make a whole pile of them, you instantly have enough to do the edge of a journal, any kind of trim that you have, you can easily make into a beaded trim, or you could do them as individual pieces like this, where you have just the 3 on a wire, and then do another 3. I would probably have to add more beads, of course, but do another 3 on a wire like this, and turn this into a beautiful trim for some type of ribbon that you're going to use on your journal or use to embellish a page and stuff. So that's why I buy these kinds of things. If I get to the point where I'm taking this apart, I will do a demonstration on a video and then show you how I'm going to add it to another trim. And there is a good possibility, because I do have some stuff in purple coming up, so this is a possibility very soon. So there's that. Now, how's my time? Oh, I'm getting really low on time, but that's okay. I don't have too much more. I bought 2 of these. They're sewing drawers. The person just had the 2, but she said she had more and she was going to come in a few weeks, so I will keep an eye out for her and pick up more if I see them. For $3 each, not bad for an old sewing machine drawer. They don't smell, just need a bit of a wipe down, but they don't smell at all. I will use these in my studio. There's a little wire here coming up, but that's okay. I use these things in my studio for holding ephemera, and so this is lovely to put things on display. They also look nice if you pile them up one on top of each other and make sort of like mini shelves. If you have space somewhere, they become beautiful shelving to use to, you know, add things like your inks or, you know, small jars of beads and pins and stuff. So depending on the space you have in your studio, they're kind of fun to decorate that way as well. But I use them to put additional ephemera in. I have a lot of ephemera holders and I have a lot of ephemera, but when I sit down to make stuff, I make lots at a time. So that's why I always need these drawers. That's my story. That's what I need them for. Okay, I don't know if I'm ever going to get out of here. I've got this all piled at the aisleway where I'm supposed to get out. And then, now this gal is new to the market over the last few weeks. And I bought, these were all $1 each at her table. She is a scrapbooker, used to be a scrapbooker, and also she was a YouTuber years ago, but she isn't anymore. But she was selling off stuff for $1 each. A lot of scrapbooky Christmas and, you know, cutesy stuff, which I'm not interested in, of course. But, you know, this was a stamp set for $1. Never been used. It's probably going to go in my drawer, never get used. But, you know, we got to keep it alive, right? So yeah, stamp set for $1. This beautiful stencil, which I just love. It's again, never been used, so, or if she did use it, she washed it up really nicely, because it doesn't look used to me at all. It's a lotus image, so I will probably use those in my journals. And then some rolls of ribbon. Now this is kind of a burgundy trim. Oh, here we go. It's a very heavy trim, but I would definitely use this for my journals. I love this mustard colored yarn, and it is just trying to grab one strand here. Yeah, just a fine, you know, kind of fuzzy type of trim. I like this. This will be nice for doing tassels and you know, crocheting together to make some different types of trim. Love that. And then this is a pom-pom trim. You know, it's Martha Stewart. It looks like she got it at Home Sense on sale for $4. I paid $1 to her. I really only wanted the spool. That's all I wanted. But it's a pom-pom trim. I don't know if there's an end here that I can find easily. But it's just black little pom-poms. I don't think there's a lot on here. Made in India. Oh, there's 10 yards. So I would use that up pretty quickly, but I know that Deb and Emily both like things in black. I don't use a lot of black sometimes, but not often. So I will probably, you know, give them some yardage and just keep a couple yards for myself, depending on what they all want. But yeah, it's very tightly woven on here. I don't know where the end is, but it's got a little bit of a trim with the pom-poms, just like the other pom-pom stuff I have. That's just black. But I really wanted the wooden spool. That was what I was going for. But for $1 each, I thought I did pretty good in that department. Put that aside. And I didn't save anything for the end this time, but this is equally fun. Now, this must have come off of something. I don't know where this came from. It's like from a tape dispenser. I don't recall what that's from, but I'll keep it anyway just in case. Oh yeah, there's 2 things in here. Yeah. Bought this for $1 for my dear Thelma. She loves this kind of stuff. It's cheapy stuff, but she will still like it. She'll use it for something. Right, Thelma? Just confirm with me that you actually want it. If not, it'll go in my stash. And then this was silly crazy. These were $2 a bag. I love these baggy things. And they are all earrings, and they are all, so I guess this is the best for the last. They are all brand new, that this girl made them herself. She just had these grab bags of earrings, and like, what a great idea. She's just made, just used charm things to make earrings. Now I'm going to harvest the stuff on them. Am I going to use this yellow? Probably not. This looks like a die cut piece of, I don't know, like a scrapbook paper or something. I don't know what it is, but she's turned all these things into earrings. So there's these little tassels. These are cute. I would use those, definitely. These ones say Hockey Mom. Never going to use this in a million years, so that will go aside. And then these ones are like little, I don't know, they look like little packages of candy. That says Jen to me. Hey, Jen, are you a hockey mom? No, Deb might be a hockey mom. And these are just little balls filled with little things. Yeah, that looks like Jen. Here's some little Christmas ones. That looks like Deb. These are little rainbow flags. Camp. That's definitely Lori. So Lori, Thelma, all you girls. Oh, here's a little fire. So that's definitely a Lori. Because she scrapbooks. And now these are little presents. That could be anybody. They're very colorful. I just think Jen. little Christmas Santas. Either Deborah or Lori. Okay, the fish, that goes to me. The little seahorses, that goes to me, because someday I'm going to make ocean stuff. Some more rainbow flags. Now, love wins. I guess those are kind of pride. This one has musical notes. That could go to anybody. Little sunglasses. Oh, that's definitely a Lori for when she does her scrapbooking. She does a lot of Mexico type trips. This looks like little teeth. I think that's what it is, like little teeth. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Little lifesavers. That's a Lori. Little rainbows. Oh, I don't know. There's 2 of them, so it's either a Jen or a Deb. They like that cutesy stuff. I don't. But I thought, you know what? For $2 and some little baubles, these I would use. But these are all going to my friends one way or another. Now let's see what's in this bag. So they're probably watching and laughing. Another pair of these. I would use these. These would be great to put a bigger gem on them and decorate. So those I would use. These are cute. Little Santa books. Like they're like little Christmas books. I don't think they open up. No. But they're cute. So they can go through these now. This is little teacups. I kind of like these. Kind of great for an Alice in Wonderland. And Thelma might even want these. Some little pride hearts again. It says love wins. More rainbows, so they can definitely have them. Camp rocks. I think that's more for like when you are, kids going camping, but I don't know. Lori, let me know. These are cute. This is definitely a Jen. They can share all these for sure. So it's like little tart, not tarts, jelly rolls. Some little paw prints. Not my thing. The tassels I would use, so it's the same ones. Okay, now this has got little hair dryer, another hockey mom, and another. These are hair dryers. These are pretty cool, and they're pretty heavy. So I don't know if they want them or not. They can go through it. Some more little candies, looks like. And then these are, I don't know. Oh, it looks like maybe it's hockey again. I don't know. Not sure. I like these. These are little hand mirrors. I'll put that in my pile because it could be a Thelma thing. These are little turtles. I like those. More the same thing. These are safety pins with little pink flowers on them. Yeah, not me. And, oh, this is a hockey thing. So, I don't know, Lori, are you into this hockey charm things? Let me know. Oh, I like these little spades. Little pink shells. Yeah, no. And then little cats. I think I will put these aside for Miss Kitty because I have a package to eventually go to Miss Kitty one of these days. So those I will put away for her. So there you go. Not bad for $2 a bag. If the girls like these, I may go back and get some more. If I can find a few things for myself out of the deal, I don't mind picking them up and sharing them with everybody else. But yeah, they can go through these and decide what they want to have themselves and share between them. So that's it for my haul. I hope you enjoyed this. Now, I only have a couple seconds to talk about my other thing. And that is that, I've been away a lot. And Tom and I are going through, and I'm going to be quite honest, it's been a shit show. And, we've just had a couple of really bad weeks, but we're getting through it, and we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. How's that? But we also had, I'm going to cry. We also had to say goodbye to our highway, our number one puppy. Ooh, sorry. So that was added on top of all of that. And then with things the way they were going around the world, it's been a struggle, but we're getting through it. I don't understand, what's going on in this other country. It's, hopefully they get their shit together. That's my word of the day, I guess. But yeah, we've got to get this figured out because it's not good for anybody, and it's not good for, like, we have family down south, and it's not good for them. It's not good for us. I'm certainly not traveling, certainly not mailing anything because of the tariffs. It's just all around not good. So I think that's kind of piled on and compiled and got squashed down even further and just added to more negativity and stress for me and for my husband too. So when I get like this, I tend to shut down. I tend to need to be by myself. I need to sort of figure it out and sort it out. And so I'm getting through it. Not easy, but getting through it. And I think I'm really, really excited that the girls are coming and that we can finally have, some good times. And then I didn't get to go to Manitoba this year, so that was on top of all that. So yeah, things have just been a big mess. So we're getting through it. The videos will be slow. I do have a few that I'm, committed to doing that I have to get done over the next few weeks. And then I will be taking time off to enjoy my company and enjoy time with Val and Thelma and Deb and Jen and meeting Emily for the first time too. And then we're going to the fabric sale. So there will be little tidbits and information in between as well. And Tom and I continue to work on you know, what we're going through, and things are looking better all the time. So that is positive for us. In the meantime, yeah, carry on. I will carry on as much as I can, and come back to you when I can. And trust me, there's no end of stuff. There's no end of design ideas. I have a million of them. I just got to get my shit together. Okay, that's it. So I wish you all a very creative day and a creative week. It's Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday, but this video is going to run on Sunday, even though it is Sunday. Usually I like to do my Thrifty Canucks on Thursdays with everybody else, but do check out everybody else's channel, Thrifty Canucks, to see what everybody else has been picking up and finding in their travels. And yes, I wish you all a very creative day and a creative week, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye for now.